Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a 5-liter ITX computer case. I'm not sure about you, but the idea of having a compact gaming computer that you could toss in your backpack sounds very appealing to me. The concept was first introduced to me when I learned about the Velcase Velca 3. It was the perfect little case except for the fact that it was difficult to get your hands on and it came in with a hefty price tag of $160. I decided to look for a cheaper alternative and eventually stumbled upon the Metalfish S3. The Metalfish S3 is an ITX computer case that supports a 2-slot graphics card up to 195 centimeters. It uses a flex power supply to achieve a volume of 5 liters. I purchased the case, a 500-watt flex modular power supply, and a riser cable from AliExpress for $175 after shipping and tax. The case took a little over 3 weeks to arrive. The case arrived inside a box protected by foam packaging. After close inspection of the case, I found some imperfections on the side panel where it did not line up correctly, some dark spots on the surface, and also the aluminum was rough to the touch. For this system, I decided to go with a Ryzen 2600 paired with a Asus Phoenix RTX 2060. I provided a list of the parts I used in this build in the description below. My first impression after building the case was that it was very dense and surprisingly sturdy. I'm also just amazed of how much power you can pack into such a small case. Powering up the computer for the first time, I noticed a low humming sound coming from the power supply. I read online that this is a very common issue and swapping the PSU fan with a Noctua A4X20 will resolve the issue. Moving on to do some thermal testing, the TLDR is that the thermals are far from ideal. The entire case only has a single 92mm fan on the top for exhaust. For my thermal testing, the ambient room temperature was 22.7 degrees Celsius. All the settings were set to default except for XMP, which was enabled. I tested with and without the side panels on, and we could see that with the side panels on, the GPU tops off at around 86 degrees Celsius after 30 minutes of Heaven Benchmark or Apex Legend. I suspected that the temperature could get higher during an extended gaming session. Next, we're going to be taking a look at noise output. Once the GPU is north of 80 degrees Celsius, the GPU fan starts to ramp up significantly. Measuring it at 1 meter away from the computer, the sound levels were 57 decibels. This is slightly above the sound a refrigerator makes when the compressor is on. It does not bother me with my headphones on, but without it, it's definitely a little annoying. I really like the idea of having a portable gaming station that I can throw in my backpack. After finishing this build, I found both the noise and thermals were not what I expected. I suspected the noise and the thermals could be improved with undervolting and other modifications, but I did not want to invest any more time and money into this build. The case sells on its own for $90, and even after factoring the small form factor price premium, I could not justify the price. I found that this case has a very specific audience where they need a portable computer to travel with. But for many of us where it will ultimately sit on a desk for a majority of the time, there are better cases available on the market. They might have a slightly larger footprint, but the improved noise and thermal is definitely worth it to me. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions.